All right, over the weekend, violent protests by young students who had gathered at India Gate on Saturday. Those protests taking a violent turn, however, on Sunday, as many of the protesters clashed with the police. Many fringe political outfits also became a part of that entire effort. Anger really at India Gate against the gang rape of a young girl. Well, let's go across to Alok Pandey, who joins us from India Gate on Monday morning. Alok, were any protesters expected to gather at India Gate today, and we do know prohibitory orders are in place? You'll have to leave there soon.
Well, we really don't know if they were expected here or not, but what's happened here is this. Cops have come to us and told us that prohibitory orders are in place and that no one, including media, OB-Vans or media personnel, will be allowed at India Gate. In fact, the DCP of this area told me that there is no question of even allowing morning walkers to come here. So that's why you have a situation here, and ask my camera person Shibli to just give you shots of these OB-Vans. You know that when we go live, we have these antennas up, but most of the OB-Vans have now put their antennas down because the cops are now moving around. And you can see this cop over here also with the loudspeaker now moving around and telling us to move from here, saying that you have to move and you will have to go from here. The logic they are saying is this: they are saying that today this entire area, this is a C hexagon, which basically means that it's a big circle. So they are saying that this entire circle will be closed. No one will be allowed to come here, and there is barricading on all the sides. When we tried to get to India Gate, we had a lot of problem because they were checking and there was cops on all intersections that lead up to this place. So yes, in that sense, the police seem to be prepared not to let anyone this side in today. They are saying that you also will have to move. So that's the situation over here. The OB-Vans are being asked to move, and at the moment there are no protesters. We don't know if any protesters are planning to come this side. But like we have been saying earlier also, metro stations in the area have also been closed down. Now, of course, the flip side of all of this is the fact that today is an office day. Many office goers are actually going to come to work in these offices, which are located in this side in the heart of Delhi. Now, we really don't know how that's going to happen, given that a lot of people use metros and buses to come into this area, and both of them actually are not flying in this area. And like I said, at the moment, and I just asked my camera person to give you these shots once again, media vans being asked to move from here, being asked to go to an area outside the New Delhi district, because these people are saying that Section 144 is in place.
Alok, so the media is being made to move out from there. But if we can talk about what took place over the weekend, you were there on Saturday when thousands of young Delhi students, there were university goers, there were school students, there were elderly people as well, were gathered there with placards all the way from India Gate, all the way across to Rashtrapati Bhavan, right at the gates. And that is when the police started finally taking action, when they were banging against the barricades there. But yesterday was very, very different. What we saw, the type of violence, and we do know a lot of fringe political outfits were a part of that. A lot of student unions were a part of that. Baba Ramdev was there. So what really went wrong? Lots of questions being asked. Did the police overreact? Did the police act first? Or was it that they were deliberately being taunted and baited by the crowds?
I think it is best that we look at both sides of the coin, look at both arguments being made from the police's side and from the side of the protesters. Now, this all started, as we know, it's been going on through the week, but it started in this full force with these many protesters converging on Rashtrapati Bhavan from Saturday morning. Now, what has happened there is that the protest, let me give you the protesters' side first. They are saying that they were sitting there peacefully. The police started lathi charging in an unwarranted manner, and that is what led to the absolute chaos that we've seen over Saturday and Sunday. But of course, a lot of the genuine voices in the crowd we saw were also angry at the fact that their protest, their genuine protest, their voice seemed to have been hijacked by political outfits, by people coming here in groups and bent of violence. So that was one aspect. The police, of course, would say that they took action only because they thought that things were getting out of control and there was nearly no other way in which they could control the situation. That is why you've had a scene here where over the past 2 days there's been a lot of lathi charging, there's been a lot of water cannons have been used, tear gas has been used. So these are both sides of the argument. The police is saying their action totally justified. The crowd or the people coming into protest saying that they are being targeted unfairly and that the police has been using unwanted force on them, water cannons, tear gas, lathi charge is not really the way to deal with it. And then of course there's the political side to it. A lot of protesters we met were also saying that why couldn't a politician actually come down and meet us, assure us, or at least promise some action? Why was it left to the police to handle such a delicate situation where young women, children were involved? But what we have seen over at least the last day and a half, Kargi, is the fact that there have been a lot of unwanted elements who have taken over this protest, who have resorted to violence and have led to the kind of scenes that we have seen over the past 48 hours or so.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app fully optimized for retina display, full screen view, faster response time, and Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.